Reynaers products are designed in Europe and well crafted in America, with 2 manufacturing facilities in the U.S. Reynaers ConceptFolding CF77 folding doors are comprised of a frame, door panels, threshold, glass, and hardware. This video is intended to be a guide through the critical steps required for installation. The following is a quick overview of the tools required for installation. Building integration techniques, water sealing methods including sill pans and flashing should be executed per architectural details and construction documents specified by others. If the door frame is knocked down, it will require assembly before installation. Before placement, it is essential to check all connections are tight, secure, and fully sealed. Use plastic shims as required to plumb, level, and square the frame within the opening. It is recommended to use a temporary fixing lug to hold the frame in place. To check plumb, use a level to verify it is vertical, not tilting forward or backward. To level, utilize a transit to take spot measurements along the frame. Shim threshold every foot to prevent frame from bending. Once set, run a tape measure across the element diagonally from opposite corners, both ways, to verify the dimensions are equal, thus square and ready for installation. It is recommended to directly attaching profiles to the building structure. However, fixing lugs can also be used for making permanent connections. Use appropriate anchors to avoid bimetallic corrosion of aluminum profiles. Refer to construction documents for specified fasteners. On the hinge side jamb, peel back the gaskets on the frame to attach to building structure. Field drill pilot holes and locate shims near the connection points to prevent buckling of frame. Once completed, replace the gasket. Connections are required on all sides, 8-inch maximum from each corner and 27.5 inches between attachments. Always locate connections at the locking point and hinges. To make attachments to the structure on the locking side, secure on both sides of the frame and use plugs provided by others to cover the fasteners. Do not pierce the sill chamber to avoid water infiltration through the bottom of the outer frame. Only use fixing lugs to attach to the building structure. To allow for expansion and shrinkage of the folding elements, use minimal shims at the header frame. Place all of the top rollers through the slots in the head track before installing vents, then slide out of the way. Install the first panel where hinges are fixed to the frame, opposite locking side. Align hinges and secure pins. Place the next panel and secure pins to the previously installed vent. To continue installation of the second leaf, connect with the third panel by aligning the middle hinge and the top and bottom rollers. Complete step by securing the pins. Utilize the steps just shown to install a door with more than 3 door panels. Before glazing, adjust the hinges to ensure there is a consistent 12mm gap between the top of the vents and header frame on the hinge side jamb and hinge roller locations. Use 3 and 5mm Allen keys on the hinges and rollers to make adjustments as required. When vents are square to the frame, tighten hinge pin screws and security set screws at all locations. Start by glazing the panels at the hinge side connected to the frame building structure and work towards the locking point. Proceed by following the glazing process to install glass within each vent. It is critical to properly position glass supports to secure the glass within the vents. Pack the glass using a heel and toe technique by placing glass supports at the lower corner next to the hinge and diagonally across the frame within the upper corner, 4 inches from the interior edge of the frame in both directions. Ensure there are enough team members present to safely place the glass. Temporarily secure glass with shortest glazing beads. Use shims and packers to ensure the glass stays tight within the panel. Use a glazing shovel to properly position glass. To maintain water tightness, it is critical to seal the bottom glass support with silicone caulk on the interior side only of the vent. On the last panel, recheck the reveal at the locking location for a consistent 12mm gap at the head of the frame. Snap in the bottom glazing bead and temporarily wedge gasket in place. Cut gaskets 10% longer to compensate for contraction. Install top glazing bead and gaskets before snapping vertical glazing beads in place and stitching the gaskets. Complete gasket installation at bottom of panel. Make sure all accessories can be operated easily without restriction. To finalize frame installation to building structure, break down or cut back shims and fill the sill with non-shrink grout. Place spring catches to prevent door damage and install drainage covers on exterior side. To open door, release the door handle closest to the strike side, unfolding one panel at a time. Clip into the preceding panel. Do not release all panels at once. Reynaers, together for better.